Sam here. We've got a magnificent audience in the crowd tonight. It's absolutely huge. On a massive week in football. And we're not going to stuff around here because as we go to air tonight, there is the biggest stories breaking in football all around us. Every corner of the game is filled with one story and one story only. And we, well, when I say we, I say you, have got the exclusive. And this is remarkable work that you've been doing in the last 12 hours. Unbelievable stuff.
Are you concerned at all that he built it up too much?
A bit too much. A little too much, maybe.
It's my job. It's what I do. I break the news for the football public, and there is no bigger story in football right now. And I'm going to provide the answer to the question that everyone wants to hear. Earlier today, I sat down in a one-on-one with Dusty. Firstly, Dusty, thanks for your time. I appreciate you coming in today. Well, here we are. It's the question on everyone's lips in football. The answer they want to hear. I'm just going to put it to you straight up. Dusty, will you be playing for North Melbourne next year?
Nah, mate, I won't be at North Melbourne. I've actually retired, so I won't be at North Melbourne.
Well, there you go. You've heard it first here. Dustin Fletcher, Dusty, will not be at North Melbourne next year. Will you be at Richmond?
No, mate.
Wow, there's a bombshell. Back to you in the studio. We can all breathe easier, and I'd like to point out that Dusty was not paid for the... Oh, he was. He was. Well, there you go. So, one mystery solved, and we get to move on. The circus is officially leaving town.
That's pretty big.
That's a big story.
That's pretty big.
You got anything bigger?
Well, no, of course, how could you top that? But no, the circus, it is well and truly in town. In all seriousness, there's lots going on. We don't know what's going on. Channel 7's Tom Brown went down and he caught up with Richmond CEO Brendan Gale. This is tonight. Keep an eye out on Brendan, but also keep an eye out on the cameraman.
Brendan, is it fair to say there's historic and good news for the Tigers tonight?
Nothing really to add at this stage.
Do you expect Dustin to officially announce it tonight, Brendan?
Friday week. Give you a break.
It's been a circus, all right.
That's not how you get a story, Tom Brown. Look and learn, muchacho.
So what we're hearing is... What are you
hearing now?
Unofficially, of course, we're hearing that it's a 7-year deal.
We're hearing it's done.
It's
a done deal, 7 years.
At Richmond.
So
great news for Tigers.
Great news for Tigers.
There you go. On for the Tigers, of course. Massive news. Not officially yet, but figures being bandied about a $1.3 million a year for 7. So that seems to be the deal that'll take you through to 33 years of age, there or thereabouts. So it's a great deal for Richmond, a club that I must say has looked after Dustin Martin unbelievably well. He was a young man who came into that footy club and tested them a little bit, tested the resolve of that footy club a bit in the early days. They have certainly worked through those tough periods with Dustin Martin, become a real home away from home for him. And I think it's a vote of real confidence and gratitude in the footy club that Dustin Martin's...
I think it's great. It's a win-win, and the club gets to move forward now into the final phase of a premiership year.
Well, we'll get to that.
Don't laugh.
We'll get to that in a moment. But there was some remarkable...
It was an amazing week, really, wasn't it?
Well, he went to New Zealand...
There was a circus. It was up, it was down. We didn't know what was happening.
See the council...
Look at these things.
Now, there's his manager with his special friend in front of Dustin on the way home. He retreats to the back, and then we've got the two burly bodyguards who kept everybody away. Tom Brown, again, was front and centre, of course.
At one stage, I thought that guy on the left was his dad trying to sneak back into the country. Hang on a second. He looks familiar.
Is this a bit over? I mean,
why do you need bodyguards?
I don't know.
I suppose with duty free, if you're carrying a giant Toblerone and a carton of cigarettes, why does he need bodyguards for? What do you need bodyguards for?
I don't know, mate.
Is it a bit over the top, the whole bodyguard? It's a bit over the top, isn't it?
Mate, look, this whole story has gotten out of control. It has over the last couple of weeks, so it's good to put a cork in it. And I think tonight there's been no official word from the Richmond Football Club. But
But we are expecting, by the way, that his mechanic will come out and
confirm
something pretty soon. Hey, what about...
I broke that 2 weeks ago.
What about All-Australian, Murray? Wow, so much big news to come out of All-Australian.
Huge,
You name one thing.
Well, the fact that the biggest piece of news out of it all was Alex Rance was named captain. I mean, that was a staggering. And I mean, good on Alex Rance. It's been a huge week for Richmond. I mean, the momentum going into next week is extraordinary.
I would have made him captain coach. But,
It's a good. That is a big
no true acknowledgement.
You wonder if he's up to being captain of a team that will never play a game.
Oh, that's a good point.
Hey, but Sandy,
That's a good point,
Sandy
mate.
Roberts.
What's he done?
Well, you
yes.
know, Sandy, a doyen.
He is,
but I reckon
formerly Seven Zone, now at Foxtel, been around for a long time,
My word, he
and
has.
is like the father of the house when it comes to football.
he is. Well, and he was commenting on Dustin Martin's All-Australian selection, and I think he got footy and tennis mixed up. Have a listen.
Number one for inside 50s, metres gained and breaking tackles. Throw all that in and you've got back-to-back Australian Opens for Dustin Martin.
There's nothing Dustin Martin can't do.
No, he's got a good backhand. We know that.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind seeing him play tennis. It'd be good to see someone at Wimbledon with neck tattoos.
As long as he's in all white, it wouldn't matter. It's fine.
That's right.
As long as he's not white. I will say this. It's not Sandy's first faux pas. Do you think that's fair to say? No, he has been doing this for some time now.
And in fact, we still have Miss Australia with us in Leanne Cock and Leanne Dick, I should say. And Leanne, it's going to be very interesting.
No, it's going to be very interesting. There's no question
And
about
he made a bit of a dick of himself.
Hey, with all this momentum, I'm quite serious about this, all the momentum, you know, Richmond have stormed into the top four. There's the Alex Rance selection as captain of the Australian team. There's Dusty recommitting to the footy club unofficially at this particular point in time. You are about to enter not only footy club, but you, Mick Molloy, who is fast becoming the face of this Richmond
That's not
camp.
true. That's stop.
You are becoming the face of this Richmond campaign.
No, mate.
Are you ready for the biggest...
I'm just a little trooper in the background trying to do what
Can I just say on behalf of everyone who doesn't vote for Richmond, I know you've got a top four spot, and that's great, but I tell you what, for us, the dream of you going out in straight sets is still alive. And I'm worried, I am genuinely worried because you play Geelong, you could lose to Geelong, and then you get Sydney the following week. But anyway, that's just something to hope
If we
for.
don't lose Geelong, if we don't lose Geelong, all we have to do is win 3 games on the G, and we, my friends, are in football Valhalla. That's it. 3 at the G. 3 at the G.
There's
We
a
can,
slogan,
we can
there's
beat all those teams at the G.
3 at the G.
No
I'm
mistake.
worried about you. I'm worried about you.
Why?
I'm worried how, if you did actually go out in straight sets or you don't win the premiership, I'm worried about just the way your passion and all that. Like, we've seen you at the footy in the
Oh, it's
past.
been
Like, this is a couple of weeks ago. Have a look at you there. You're like Kim Jong-un, by the way, Kim Jong-un after a successful missile launch. And then...
Well, you're not allowed to... just allowed to enjoy the footy.
Even you're embarrassed at that.
There you are.
But the
Admit
other,
it.
and then
I
there's
just had to point out, I had no idea who that girl was. My arm around, I'm sorry.
You'll be in trouble.
I'm worried because that was a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
Last week, though, last week, mate, you weren't even out in the crowd. You're behind the glass
Stop it.
in a hoodie.
Oh, so I take my suit off, I get in trouble for having a suit, and I take it off, and now that's me. Look, top 4.
No, that was you.
Oh,
You really are man of the people. Sorry, man of the rich people, aren't you? Really, it's amazing. What are you doing? What are you counting the number of decades since Richmond won a flag?
by the way, I had to loan my suit to one of Dusty's bodyguards so they could get in. No, well, what do you want me to do? Where am I supposed to watch the football? What's
Well, you claim to be a man of the people.
Yeah,
you claim to be
that's
just
not
a
true.
run-of-the-mill
You've lost
Joe Blow.
That's not true.
When
I
was the
don't
last time you
like
actually paid for a ticket and sat with the rank and file?
That's the way I roll.
Oh, of course, it's the way you roll.
I'm a serf.
Hey, listen,
I'm a
I
peasant.
hope if I hope the Tigers get the chockies. Can I just put that on the agenda? I'd love
Thank you very much.
I'd love them to win.
Show of hands. Show of hands.
I'm with you. Hey, the other big story during the week, there are a couple of big coaching stories during the week, and the Collingwood Footy Club has been Willie or won't he, and when are they going to announce? Well, they did announce after they finished their season up. Another pretty disappointing year, it's fair to say, and one that Nathan Buckley flagged last year, that if he didn't play finals footy, Collingwood didn't play finals footy this year, he didn't expect to keep his job. Well, they didn't play finals footy, and he has kept his job. He signed for another couple of years. Does this stand any intellectual rigour at all the fact that Nathan Buckley's kept his job?
Look, I don't know. I think they've got to a point where they realised it was the best option on the table, and it was right. What?
Well, they're
the
finished,
amount
but-
of our case.
well, he's been there-
To get the whiteboard out, Andy.
No,
What
no.
are you gonna do?
We all like him as a man.
Hold on, Andy's done some prep.
No. Well, he's been there for 6 years and they finished 4th. This is in year-by-year order. 4th, 6th, 11th, 12th, 12th, 13th. So, I mean, it's not exactly a ringing endorsement that they're heading in the right direction, is it? So,
But as a non-Collingwood supporter, they're heading in the right direction.
that's a very, very good point.
I would have signed him for 5 years.
That's a very good
This
point.
has been one of the great ongoing stories of the year, and I have at times felt sad, felt sorry, laughed at the trials and tribulations of Nathan Buckley. Sure, I was finally looking forward at this announcement to hearing from the man himself, from Nathan Buckley, going straight to the horse's mouth and hearing what he has to say. Here's what happened at the press conference.
Do you care about that, learning that the clubs looked at other coaches?
Not spoken to or made offers to or anything like that. So I just want to make that clear. Yeah, no, but I'm making it clear in case, because I have to be very clear, because we get questioned on what we say quite a lot at this place, even though we actually say it and do it.
Yes, that's everything you need to know.
It's like a bad ventriloquist act, really. But, hey, the other thing is too. That was it was a good press conference, and where Bucks was, announced as the new coach for this. But also, Eddie was on fire. He was on message, and he had a clear slogan for the Collingwood fans. Have a listen.
But my presidency's been around for a long time. There's, you get judged on many different ways, shapes and forms. What we have to do is deliver on making Collingwood great again.
Yeah, it's all...
Mate, does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar?
So it's ringing a bell somewhere. It really is.
Mate.
Do you know what? Eddie and Trump, I believe, have many similarities. Yeah. The only difference is I think Eddie has a slightly larger ego.
Well,
Is that
it's
fair?
not. It's not completely out of the connection is real. I know AFL are investigating Collingwood for ties to Russia. There is plans, by the way, for Eddie wants a wall around the Holden Centre, and he's going to make Carlton supporters pay for it. And North Korea have just fired a missile over the Holden Centre. So, mate, it's not, they're pretty similar. I'm telling you.
Hey, the other coaching news too that got a little bit lost in all this is.
Are we going to keep wearing these?
Yeah, we are. I think we are. Is it North Melbourne?
It looks like a bad Melbourne Cup syndicate. It doesn't look any...
The other news in coaching ranks is that North Melbourne have committed to Brad Scott for another couple of years.
Right, that's on you.
Well, that's lovely, isn't it? Wow, that's charming, that is.
I'm breaking the big stories and you're just coming up behind. How many years?
No, for another 2 years.
For 2 years. That's assuming that North Melbourne is still in the competition for 2 years.
Hey,
I would suggest.
You're up and about. There's no question. There's no question that you're up and about.
Yep.
Tigers have got a lot to look forward to. Well, going into the last round of football last week, the Melbourne Football Club and their long-suffering supporters were probably feeling the same. Win the game against Collingwood, get in, and then we're the young team on the rise. Anything could happen. Well, we now know what happened. They missed the finals again. It's devastating for Melbourne supporters.
I officially declare Melbourne the new Richmond. I hand over the baton to you. Do with it what you will, but good luck. They were a game and percentage clear.
They were, yes, they were.
I mean, come on.
Come on, don't.
Actually, to not make the finals from that's just hard to do.
That is hard to do. Right.
And I know, and no one wants to hear it, but I'll say it. Mate, I think there was tanking involved.
Well, I've heard it said...
I think it's the worst kept secret in the AFL that Melbourne have had their eye on the 10th pick in the draft for the whole year, mate. Anyway,
I did hear it somewhere said.
This is a terrible.
If you want an image that sums up the Melbourne supporters this week, it'd probably be this one from a couple of years ago. Like that's just. I know.
I feel sorry for the fella. He loves the footy club. I mean, that's hard to watch.
Chin up, little buckaroo. You'll be right. They haven't made it easy on their fans either, Melbourne. So they sent out this. Did you see this? This was a flyer that appeared, an email that was sent out basically saying, hang in there with us. This is going to be the greatest month of our life.
That's been coming out today. Melbourne supporters have been getting that yesterday and today. How cruel's that?
You should just change it to the finals. We're not in them. What are you doing?
Stamp it.
And they've also released it, as late as today, Melbourne fans were getting this booklet talking all about how they can purchase grand final ticket packages.
That'll be a collector's item, that one, mate.
Joy's on the website as I read it to you.
You're enjoying this
cover
far too much. I think Melbourne supporters deserve to be able to sheet home responsibility somewhere to someone. I don't know whether that's a fair thing to do.
I can do it.
You can do it?
I can put a face to where the wheels fell off.
Really?
Who's responsible?
Well, who have you got?
Jack Watts.
Oh, okay, righto.
Hear me out. May I approach the bench? No, it's Jack Watts because he promised Trevor.
Right, of course he did.
He promised Trevor, a young fan at this signing way back when, finals. Hey, Trevor, thanks for all your support. Mate, here we go. We'll play some finals footy for you.
Right.
No, you won't. And you have crushed the spirit of a little boy who, as we speak, is probably weaving baskets in the country.
No, he's fine.
I hope you're happy, Jack Watts. I hope you're happy.
I'm sure Trevor's fine. He's probably watching the show and having a good old belly laugh. Trevor, we're with you 100%
Jack Watts is going to take him to Geelong versus Richmond. So we're going to be fine.
We're going to get a break our way. On the other side, Brett Goddard's going to be joining us a bit later. On the other side of the break, the one and only Tim Watson to join us here at the front bar. Welcome back to the front bar. Great to have you with us. Stay in touch with the show. Any number of social media outlets you can participate in the program. There they are, all there. You know what they mean. You know how to use them. Make sure what you do. Please put your hands together for a man who needs no introduction. One of the greats of the Essendon Football Club. One of the greats of the game. A great of the Seven Network. Please make him welcome Tim Watson, everybody.
Hello, mate. How are you? Thank you for joining us. We know you do these things reluctantly, but from time to time. But we've got you, and we couldn't be happier. And we've got so much to work through.
Yes,
obviously, everyone here tonight and everyone watching at home will be well aware of all you did on a football field. That is not in dispute. What they probably don't realise is your life after football and what it's produced.
So talented.
Amazing. So talented. You've carved out a career in the media. Yes. I say it's fantastic. And we've
just good to admit.
And let's be honest, we all have to start somewhere. And if I could, I'd like to take you back to one of your very first Sports Report crosses for the Seven News. Have a look.
Well, coming up after the break, we'll catch up with Demon coach. We got a party going on and it's a free.
Oh, dear.
Later that...
Can I just say this?
Yes, please.
Since that moment, I've been waiting for that to surface. Can I just say how pleased I am that you've decided to play it tonight?
OK, can I ask, immediately after that when we went to an ad break, did they give you a concussion test?
You know whose name I couldn't remember? It was Greg Hutchison. And you know what he turned to me and said during that break? He said, "You're right, I'm going to have to work on my profile." And you know, since that moment, the thing that taught me was that I should always write names down on a piece of paper or on my hand. Even when I'm doing the Friday night footy, I always write the name down on my hand. And even coming here tonight...
You are terrible. That is very good. Anyway, look, you spent a couple of weeks doing weather, but then you were back to sport.
Yeah, you went back to sport.
That's the main thing.
That was TV presenting, but also your acting chops. By the way, when you went, you turned thespian. By the way, that shouldn't be overlooked. When you're, of course, we're talking about your famous appearance on Home and Away.
What's your name, mate?
Sam.
Sam, and who do you play for?
Play with my Uncle Donald in Summer Bay. He said to say hello.
Did he now? Well, make sure you say hi from me. Hey, Sam, who's your favourite footballer?
Warwick Kappa.
You know, Tim, I'll let you defend yourself in a minute. But do you know that that performance was so bad that the home and away riders killed your character off next week?
I've never been invited back to Summer Bay either.
Your Logie cabinet's still bare?
Yep.
I would have thought so, yes.
Hey, Tim, let me ask you about... We're not going to delve too deep into the whole Jobe thing. Everything's been said about what he's been through in the last couple of years. But they got Susie, Jobe's mum, to talk before the game on Sunday at Etihad Stadium, which is remarkable because she's kept an incredibly low profile with the daughters all the way through.
She's been desperate to go down media school.
Right. Well, she did it. She did it before the game to the Essendon faithful, who have been amazing throughout. Just the one serious question about what Jobe's been through and what it's put the family through. How big a toll has it taken on the mum?
It's taken a toll on everybody. You know, it's been a really difficult time, but it's the fact that it was so prolonged as well. So it's sort of like being death by 1,000 cuts over a long period of time. But look, he's handled it well.
Absolutely.
I had a full head of hair when it all started. It's been a little unkinder to me, but you know, like
she's bared up through it, okay?
Yeah, she has. I mean, everyone's had their moments about being able to deal with it, and but Susie, you know, God love her, she went to the footy each and every week, even when they were booing Jobe. She just went there and put a headset in and just turned it up a little bit louder so she couldn't hear it.
What do you reckon took longer, by the way, the Essendon saga or Tim's throw to Greg Hutchison?
Well, we didn't need to ask you how it affected you because you gave us a very interesting perspective on what Jobe had been through with Bruce McAvaney one night.
To me, the Brownlow doesn't define Jobe, and I'm talking as a father now. You know, we didn't love him anymore because he won the Brownlow, and we wouldn't love him any less if he lost the Brownlow. So if that happens, he's got two choices. One, he goes and win another one, or Rob Harvey's got two. I know where Rob lives, and maybe we can go down there and take one of Rob's.
Yes, well done. Great attitude.
Actually, I tell a lie. I don't love him as much since he lost the Brownlow.
Do you know where Rob Harvey lives?
Yeah, I do.
Because so do we. We thought we would act on this for you. And during the week, we hashed what I consider to be a very canny plan, Sam.
What sort of plan?
A cunning plan.
Canny.
We decide to swing by Rob Harvey's with this plan in mind and paid him a little visit. G'day, Rob. How are you? Mick, how's it going? This is Sam.
Rob.
Mate, we've got a problem with our car. Do you mind if I just nick in quickly and use the landline?
Yeah.
Sure. Great. Yeah. Thank you. 2 ticks.
Sorry. That last episode of Game of Thrones, wow. Did not see that coming.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Reckon I should keep the bounce.
Tigers!
What about that 97 grand final, eh?
Really? How you going there, Mick?
Coming!
Same-sex marriage. What do you think about that? Do you think Jeff Geeshan will ever coach?
I can't thank you enough, Rob. ROCV are on the way. You're a good man.
Good stuff, mate.
Thanks for your help.
Take care.
Love what you've done with the house.
There you go.
There it is. Mate, That's for you. Go on. That's the least we could do.
That is magnificent. Thank you.
It was fun. Can I,
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
We make dreams come true.
Can I send a big cheerio to Rob Harvey at home watching?
Yes, and by the way, the back and forth between me and Rob will be released in a 2-hour podcast.
Hey, Tim, there's a lot of things we want to talk to you about, so stick around. There's many more things. You're going to join us a little bit later on. But it is time now for the world-famous Torp of the Week.
Torp of the Week, here we go. Get involved, people. This is our crusade to bring back the Torp. We're serious about this, and this week I would like to showcase the fine work of the Mini Torp.
Mini Torp.
It's much overlooked, but the Mini Torp has a place amongst all Torps. Look at this great Mini Torp. Bang!
That's beautiful.
This is my favourite. Look at this. Bang! That's not even the distance. Play on! And, that's a stab Torp. That is off the ground, stab Torp, high degree of difficulty. But look at that.
But none of them have won it, right? They're not the winners. As much as they are high degree
well,
of
they haven't won it this week. Harley Bennell, I think. This is one of the great Torps.
Yep.
One step sideways, boom shakalaka goal. This is what it's like.
Brilliant.
When you see a big barrel go through the sticks.
Game needs more of it. We want you to send your nominations through to hashtag front Torp. That's
Big
what
barrel,
want.
big barrel.
Big barrel. Hey, but
none of those barrels went over 40 metres.
All right, well, here's one that does. This is our first international admission for Torp of the week. I love this one. This is way from North Korea. Look at these go! Look at those! Boom! Laces out.
Where's the Torp?
They are big Torps.
Where, as far as Asian, like Torps out of Asia go,
it's the second best I've seen. The best had to be at last year's E.J. Whitten, with your own barrel, was have a look at this.
Tim, you remember that? Look at that. Bang! By the way, much like those missiles, that Torp landed up somewhere near Japan as well. By the way.
Now, Tim, Amy's doing a magnificent thing in the E.J. Whitten game tomorrow night.
Yep.
They're going to be donating $500 for every super goal and $1,000 for every goal-scoring torpedo outside 50 is going to be going to the E.J. Whitten Foundation.
We mounted this campaign last week.
Friday night. You started
this campaign last week. Amy, well done, Amy.
Well done to Amy. You're coaching the Vicks. Will you be encouraging your players out there tomorrow night to unleash the Torp?
Oh, my word, I will.
Fantastic.
And in fact, I'll be ripping players off the ground if they do that.
That's
magnificent.
Now,
playing, Sam? Are you playing?
No, just last year was probably enough for everyone, I would have thought.
He's only played in 1 year, but he wanted this year to do a lap around the outside in the car to say farewell to everyone.
Hey, Mick, I went up to him before the game and I asked him what sort of a player he was because we only had black and white vision of him. I hadn't seen him in colour. And he said he was an outside player. And I'll tell you what, he's the most honest player that I've ever asked that question of. I sent the runner out to him during the third quarter. They found him on the concourse outside.
Hiding from Pike.
Well, there is going to be, it's State of Origin, of course, tomorrow night. And the Vicks, even though you're not going to be playing, Sam, want you to receive a jumper. There is your jumper, of course, as a great Victorian. So you click that into. And, of course, Mickey, you've got your State of Origin jumper, of course. Because you are an ally. There you are.
That's
right.
right.
On the back.
That's right, because you were born in Canberra.
Born in Canberra. Yeah, exactly. So there you go.
My correct title is Canberra's favourite son.
We're going to get a break now. Of course, it's here tomorrow night on the 7th.
I'll play on you. The Orchid.
The women's State of Origin game is going to be following on Saturday night. Coaching the Allies there is Beck Goddard, coach of the Adelaide Crows, who won the inaugural AFLW Championship. He's going to join us on the show next.
Last week in the first quarter, I think we sort of tried to sneak a rooster past the sunrise. You know, are you Ricky Ponting or are you Alan Border? Your statistics are like a light pole to a drunk person. You know, they're there to help you stand up. They're not going to illuminate your life. So we think we're already on the dance floor, and let's see how we go this weekend.
Super coach of the Adelaide Crows. They won the inaugural AFLW. They're defending champions. Beck Goddard joins us in the front row, everybody. Where does all that stuff come from?
Oh, they're all cliches. You just got to go to Google.
You're on the dance floor. You're on the dance floor. What are you dancing to?
No, I'm really bad. Sophie Ellis Bextor, Murder on the Dance Floor, something like that. Murder of Crows.
No,
not for you.
No.
We're a big musical family at the Crows, so
you?
all the girls are right into the music.
You think the boys would have come up with a better song then, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
We'll
Is that your song too?
No, it's not my song.
What's your song? What are the girls' songs?
Well, we're John Farnham fans in Adelaide.
You are John Farnham fans?
Well, actually, Erin Phillips and I are John Farnham fans, and therefore we forced the rest of the group to like John with us.
How's that gone down?
Well, they got on board. I mean, that's a sign of a good team, isn't it? Where two people making fools of themselves, the rest of them come with you.
Well,
So
that's what we do on this show.
Beck, whatever you did, it worked because you reigned supreme last year. It was a remarkable competition. It was an incredible grand final. You hung on by your fingernails. When you look back at these visions, where do you go back to?
Yeah, look, it was pretty emotional time because, you know, everyone talks about, there's only 7 games and a grand final, but it was actually a lifetime of work, you know, and people don't realise that. I didn't just come into football, 5 months ago. I've been in it my whole life, and there's so many great times. There's also some pretty hard times where I had to bang down doors to get the jobs and do it for free and listen to a lot of crap, to be honest. So to finally...
Once again, much like this show.
It was funny when we went down to Rob Harvey's place. We had to go and ask him where his premiership, his Brownlow medallions were, and he had them in a very secret place, which will be on our website later. What about your premiership medallion? Do you keep it somewhere safe? Is it?
Yeah, actually, it's in my handbag. Is that right? So so there's a lot of the Great Abyss is a woman's handbag.
Don't look in there.
So
it's like Raiders of the Lost Ark.
sleep,
easy enough to
loose tissues.
Oh no!
rubber gloves.
I beg your pardon.
What is that? What is that?
Okay, this interview's about to get ugly.
What is going on?
What is going on?
Beck.
Police officers always.
Of course they do,
Police officers always prepared to search someone's bedroom. That's right.
Sorry, let's stop there. Pause there.
Yeah.
You are a federal
Police officer.
officer. I knew we'd met. I did. No, it's true. The only difference is this time I'm asking all the questions. Really, isn't it?
That's it.
The medallion. Can you find? Is there any?
Yeah, look, it'll be in here somewhere, guys. But you just got to have a bit of a dig and.
Oh, there it is. Congratulations. So look.
It's a bit scratched up.
There it is. The very first minted and won woman in the AFLW.
And there's the ring as well.
And there's the ring.
I don't need to see your ring. I'll show you mine.
Well, Beck, just in case you do. Anyway.
Things have gone too far now.
Okay, but
that back in there.
Where are we going?
This show's taken an ugly turn.
It really is.
Hey, we can. I want to. This is great scenes, and you go. It is the first victory, and the scenes after the game were amazing. And when you were singing the song, what I got to realise is what an inspiration these women are for so many young girls. It's so inspirational and a little bit frightening. What are the crazy ladies doing, Mum?
Can I? Look at
that is great scene.
He's not had a good time there.
Who are those kids?
Are they?
I'm not quite sure, but I was glad they were there. They, that's what happens, isn't it? Kids always pop up at a grand final, and great to have them there.
And it's true, and you're an inspiration to them, despite the fact they're terrified. You mentioned Mick asked you the question about the federal police role, and is it true that when you're doing your background into players that you might bring into your club, that you use some of your kind of investigative skills that you've learnt on the job?
Yeah, I think, anybody who you go for a job these days, the first thing you're going to do is check that they haven't set fire and been drunk out the front of the Crazy Horse in Adelaide.
Again, I deny all the instances.
But, I've got a great job and I love what I do with the AFP, and I think there's a lot of skills that transfer over between coaching and police work.
You said you like your job. How professional is it? Do all the women in these teams have other jobs? It's hard to be straight professional as we
Yeah,
speak.
they do. And, you know, they all worked the whole way through the season, and I worked up until round one. And that was hard and tiring, but we were all in it together, so that sort of made it... And that happened to all the girls at all the other clubs, so we weren't unique in that regard at all.
No, absolutely. In terms of other jobs, I'm always... we played this before earlier in the year, but Shelley Scott from Melbourne, by the way, in terms of having a job, in terms of the preparation that she had before a game, I was very interested in Shelley Scott's preparation before she played Beck.
Shelley Scott, and what a story Shelley is. Comes from Garangamete, just past Colac. She milks 140 cows every morning.
Good Lord.
Now she's not even a farmer. Like I said, I'm no man of the land, but that seems high.
What? You played a lot of 370 games, 307 games. Did you have a kind of pre-game routine?
You did that once.
Not that many cows.
You did
My record
once.
was 102.
And that was a Mad Monday.
Yeah.
But apart from that, it was business as usual. Hey, we've got you here for business.
Yes.
We need to talk about this spectacular match on Saturday night. This is a state of origin clash. I
7
can't
o'clock
wait
here.
to see
Coverage
this.
starts here, 7 o'clock Saturday night. It's going to be magnificent. How big a deal is it for the women's game to have a stage like this, Beck, in a week where there's no, the hiatus before the finals start? How big is this an opportunity for the women's game again?
Oh, well, we're dead serious about it, you know. We want to turn the big V upside down to an A for the Allies. It's just going to be a great contest. The girls just loved having an opportunity to show their wares. You know, the AFLW finished in March. You know, people sort of forgot that women existed in the AFL for a bit, and now we're back. We're back in the game, guys.
You're back.
So,
it's going to be a great game. If you win, are you going to make an inspirational speech like you did after the premiership, where you quoted your beloved John Farnham? Have a listen to this. Have you forgotten about this?
Oh, God. We talked at the start of the season, in the words of another great Australian, John Farnham. We had the chance to turn the pages over, and we would write what we wanted to write.
Magnificent. Fantastic. You know what? I did the same thing after a match in the rooms once, quoting one of my favourite singer-songwriters, Kevin Bloody Wilson, and I spent 5 minutes just talking about rooting in the back of a ute. I felt covered it for everyone. Can't thank you enough for coming. You are wonderful. Take that glove. We'll see you in about half an hour.
There's one more thing before we go. I know you've got a bit of a bone to pick with Beck.
Well, I love Beck, but I hate to finish on a sour note. I hate to finish on a sour note, but there was something earlier in the year that you said that I just have to take issue with.
Right.
Okay. You know, you look at sort of a hardened, sort of stale piece of a grain of rice, you put that to a pressure cooker, within 12 minutes it comes out as lovely fluffy rice that could be served with a beautiful curry. What's wrong with that, you precious orchid?
Why? No, many questions. Why are you putting 1 grain of rice in a pressure cooker? And, as we all know, 12 minutes is not enough. An absorption method takes a good 25 minutes. Don't get me started on rice, I'll tell you that.
Not the absorption method. Please, can we finish this backstage?
All right,
Let's
then. Just make sure. It wasn't Basmati, was it? That's all I'll say.
Thank you so much for coming in.
No worries, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, everybody. Good luck on Saturday night, coaching the Allies against the Dicks, and then with the AFLW defending the championship. Go on, Beck Goddard joining us on the show. Going to get a break out of the way. Tim Watson's going to join us over here on the other side of the break. Stick around.
If it wasn't the Watson family, Tim's wife Susie and 2 of his children on the catwalk of the Grand Hyatt, it was the Tim Watson range of Musashi clothing on parade, even if Gavin Wanganeen looked anything but comfortable in his role as model.
It's still relatively new. We've been working on it really for probably the last 18 months, and it'll go into the stores for the first time in September.
Can I just say, Gavin Wanganeen didn't look very comfortable up there. In fact, that's how they should have played him.
How did it go? How did that range of the range? I can't remember that. How did it go?
No, well, it sold out. No, sorry, it wore out.
Hey, well, a lot of people know the Tim Watson story, but there are a couple of people out there who may not know, how great a footballer you were, and the fact that you started as a 15-year-old, which is kind of hard to believe. Given it is really. Is it too young? Is 15 too young to play in this league? Could a 15-year-old do it now?
Possibly. You've got to be pretty special. Well, it's not going to suit everybody, is it, Sam?
What were you doing when you were 15, mate?
Paper round.
Paper round. What was that?
Were you
was that in 1863?
Right. What were you doing when you were 15? He's playing footy in the VFL. What were you doing?
Shoplifting from Brashes. Frankston Brashes.
What were you doing, Sam?
15?
Yeah.
Laundry and maths. No. By the way, you're a disgrace, mate. When you were 15, I know it was World War II and you were hiding in a bomb shelter. It's funny. 15 is amazing. I just want to put that on the record.
Well, and what happened? How did they come and get you? How did they find you?
Well,
where were you playing?
I was playing at Dimboola, and I came down from the country, and I played some practice matches in the pre-season in 1977. And this is the first game I played in 1977 at Waverley, a draw against Richmond.
You'd be pretty disappointed those red shorts didn't come back, wouldn't you?
No, they were good in the day.
This is amazing.
No, they were good in the day.
So it's your first game against the Tigers. It looks like you're getting a bit of the ball.
Why do you keep kicking on your left foot? Are you trying to show off or something? Because you're a natural right footer. Why does every kick we see there on the left foot?
I found it a bit easy on the right. I was just trying to increase the degree of difficulty, Sam.
Dave, were the balls bigger then? Don't you look at that?
Have a listen to this theory.
I'm telling you, the balls were bigger back in that day. I'm telling you, have a look at that. I guarantee you there should be someone do an archaeological dig and get out a football from that era. I'm telling you, it was larger.
You know, I arrived at that game, and we've been Richmond fans all our lives, Nick. And
this makes me so upset.
And my dad was still barracking for Richmond, right? So we get to Waverley. They drive down from Dimboola, pick me up. I was staying at West Ezra, and they drive me out to Waverley. In those days, it used to take about an hour and a half to get out there.
Yep.
Dad didn't say a word. So he hasn't said a word of congratulations to me or nothing, right? So he parks the car. I go to the boot to get my bag out, right? And he grabs hold of my hand. And I was thinking to myself, he's actually going to say that he's proud of me. He said to me, you know, if the game gets close today, he said, I don't want you to forget who you've barracked for all your life.
He was a good man.
He was a good man.
That is good parenting.
It is.
I will say.
How did the footy club... I mean, they must have made some trips down to Dimboola to convince your mum and dad that you're ready to go and that they were the club for you. Can you remember the courting process and how that all played out?
Yeah, well, my mum was very worried about the whole thing, and she said to them, look, because they wanted me to come down to school before, finish school in Melbourne and play footy. Yep. And my mum said, look, he's leaving a very Christian family. We go to church every Sunday. If you can find him a place where they can board him and they don't drink, they don't swear, and they go to church every Sunday, I'll let him go. So they said, yeah, no problem. There's a bit of a tussle there. It was a bit like Kramer versus Kramer there at one stage. So Dimboola wouldn't release me, so they came up there to pick me up. And I jumped into the back of the car, and Mum's on the back porch, and she's still crying because I'm heading off to Melbourne. And she's got this, one of the committeemen by the lapel on his jacket. She said, you sure you found him a place where they don't drink, they don't swear, they don't smoke? And she said, Mrs. Watson, everything's under control. So they put me into the Valiant Regal, had bench seats, so the three of them sat across the front, and I was in the back. They went about a mile up the road, they stopped the car, they got an esky out of the boot. Each of them lit up a cigarette. And I heard one say to the other, where's the little prick going to stay?
That is amazing, Tim. Can I just say, like you said earlier, some of our younger viewers may not, they know you from telly and all that stuff, but some people may almost forget how good you were.
Oh my God!
And this is in the '81 night grand final. The Escort, like not many can do this: jump over packs and kick goals. Basically, steal the game. I think it was Tim. You told me that earlier, but that's Murray.
Yeah, but what's really underrated here is have a look at the replay. It's a great goal. But have a look at the closing speed of Wayne Harms here. I mean, nobody's really spoken about the closing speed of Piggy. Have a look at that. I mean, he came from nowhere to nearly get you.
You're right. That's the most impressive part of that.
What about premierships.
Yeah.
You played in 3 of them.
Yeah.
84, 85, back to back.
Yeah.
Can I just, Sam, this moment here, Tim, 84, where you turned around the 80.
Oh, goodness.
That, can you remember that moment in time?
Yeah, I can. It's a boyhood dream to play in a grand final. I got there in 77. This is 84. It took a long time. We'd had a lot of roadblocks along the way, a lot of disappointment along the way. And it was just that moment of, OK, we've finally done it.
Can I ask?
Look at these great scenes. Great scenes, by the way. And you're allowed to celebrate in ways a grand final, especially for the fans, that you couldn't get away with these days. Like this guy. Have a look at him. You see him going berserk.
Happy man.
How can you express that joy? Well, why not with, I don't know, a bottle of bubbly? Can you imagine? These days, you have to settle for a cheese plate. I know, but it was a simpler time.
That was mid-strength. Let's not be silly about that. Yep. I got 84 was a close one.
Yep.
You came back, famous last quarter.
Unbelievable.
Watch it if you can. When we have the footy marathons. 85 was a walk in the park.
It was.
But in terms of the neutral supporters, the all-in brawl at the start, though, Tim, that was actually, it was mildly scary.
You will never see this again.
And may I ask, Tim, do you know, where were you during all this? Because it got pretty hairy.
Yeah, I was always a long way away.
Row F, I think.
Well, you saw Lee Matthews run in there. He hit 5 blokes on the way to that. It was amazing. No, it was amazing because Sheeds used to say to us Kevin used to say to us pre these games that there'd be no rules in a grand final, and that's what Alan Jeans was telling the Hawthorn players, and the dipper was soft, and you think. It took us 15 years to work out that he wasn't.
And so you would be, obviously, there's a nervous air attached to being in a grand final, but there was also a fear of physical violence.
Yeah, well, they were physical days. I mean, they were violent days, and it was a different time. You had to have eyes in the back of your head.
So 84-85 was remarkable. Then the revolution of the Essendon side sort of takes place, and the Baby Bombers hit the ground in 93.
Actually, no, sorry, I've got to stop you. What happened? 85, you won it by 100. You want it by a mile.
Yeah.
What happened in 86? Everyone thought Essendon was going to win 10 premierships in a row.
Yeah.
What happened in 86?
Sheeds, I think. He just... Well, he lost his way a bit, Mick. I remember there was one training session one night. It was a clear night, and he used to call us in. So he used to have a whistle, right? And so you had to, if you're the last person, you had to do 20 push-ups, which is like. No one wanted to be the last bloke,
sure.
but Mickey used to move around as well, so he'd blow the whistle and then he'd run backwards, right? So you'd think you were close to him and then you'd be the last bloke. You'd run in there. Anyway, and so on this night, we ran in and he said, boys, look up. And so there's about 45 blokes. We're all sort of looking up. It was a full moon. And he said, how did they get man on that moon? I thought it was a question. I said, I think it was a rocket, Kevin.
Yep, and that was the end of a dynasty. Right there.
So somehow under Sheeds you regroup and you get there to 93, and you've come back from the knee and the whole West Coast thing that never really was going to happen.
No.
The remarkable thing about 93 was the comeback. You're 7 goals down at half-time and you come back and you kick one of the great Essendon goals. And look, you're an old man by this time in football terms. How stuffed were you?
Yep.
I mean, you are. Have a look at you. How stuffed were you?
Well, that was the preliminary final.
Yes.
We played in the grand final the next week, but that was my last kick for the year.
Yeah, right.
I didn't get a kick in the grand final.
Right?
Yeah, so you're quite right, Andy. Yeah. I was stuffed that day.
Can you remember how...
The week went 1 week too long. The season went 1 week too long for me.
You may not have got a kick, but how did they get Manly? Hey, can I say, one of the great things we love about this game is watching a rolled gold superstar of the game...
Yep.
One-on-one with an opponent and really, really destroy them. And I'd like to show Wayne Carey doing that to you. if we can on this moment. Do you remember this game?
Yeah, I do.
Wow! What are you doing, Tim? You're a stepladder. And here we go. You'll be right. No!
The next one, Mickey, displays a complete lack of understanding of what I'm supposed to do in this situation.
No!
That's in the back.
That was the day he knew he could play football.
Yeah, no, and all that happened in the space of about 5 minutes, too. I thought I'd done a reasonable job up until that stage.
You had. That was the night they started calling him the
he was one of the superstars.
He was. Hey, can you stick around?
You.
Can you stick around?
Yeah,
You haven't got
sure.
to get rush off anyway.
What's the time?
No, it's... we'll sell a few ads, and when we come back,
yes.
do you mind being part of Mixed Multi, which is an award-winning segment that's coming up next?
Front row
Tim Watson's
seats.
going to stick around. Mixed Multi up next. Tim Watson, our very, very special guest on the show.
Of course, a great player. Amazingly had a son that also played the high... I can't believe that sometimes, you know, man. We take that for granted. I enjoyed earlier this year, though, Tim, Basil Zemplis, Channel 7's own, calling the game. And I really enjoyed this this piece of commentary where he delved into the Watson family history.
Last time he played, he was club captain, Brownlow medalist and a carnivore, now a vegan. And his dad told me yesterday... It's a bit of a surprise. He comes from a long family line of meat eaters.
That's classic Zemplis.
Well, he quoted me word for word, I've got to say.
Well, I'm going to question his research, or at least his information, because I have here the Bible when it comes to footy cookbooks. It's Who Rules the Aussie Kitchen. And if I go to page 27, I see there's Tim Watson. And what is his signature dish? Tasty Thai tiger prawns. I put it to you, sir, that you are not a meat eater. And you are the best dressed footy chef to ever go. Have a look. Suit and tie to present. Yeah, so you did better than Craig Starcevich, who's also in this. Have a look in there. I like Craig Starcevich to me, who really didn't bring a lot to the table, didn't really prepare. There he is out the front of a serial killer apartment, I believe. With some fantastic stains on his shirt, but I love the way he's played it up there. I really do. I think he's done a great job.
Do you remember anything from that?
Was that a signature dish?
I can't remember that.
Did you?
No, I would have said yabbies and they would have said we don't have any of those, so you're going to do a prawn recipe or something.
Just do anything. Back then, you just do anything for $100, would you? That's great.
I know. I happen to know you're a man of the land, and you've been growing some grapes that you've had your first bottling of. And
what do you mean? What are you talking about?
No, he's a very, very keen wine enthusiast, and he's grown a grape, and he's had the first bottling of from your own harvest. Is that that's right? I'm right in saying that.
Not a grape. We grew a lot of grapes, and we bottled for the first time, Mick. So we've had our first vintage of Fiano. It's a very, very small outfit. So
I was going to say, what's it called?
It's called Fiano. That's the type of wine. So it's an Italian white wine.
Well, we actually got some here tonight, by the way. And just so you can, Mickey, you take your ones. I'll take
a couple of these.
I'll take mine. This is.
What do you got?
Well, I've got this first one here. Oh, dear. This is an 80. Oh, dear. This is a 1981, and it's a cheeky, full-bodied. It's a bold, fat wine. There's that one there.
It's got a big kick in it, that one.
It's got a big kick. Nice. Nicky, what do you got? What else?
Well, I've got one here. I think this is from about 86. It's very early on. And I just want to say, girls, if you're drinking this and the guy on that label starts to look good to you, you've had enough. Put the bottle down and go to bed.
I've got another one. So we keep going?
Keep going.
This is an 87 vintage, and you know it's a rich, full wine displaying delightful. I can't even lie. It should be in a cask. This one's not a great one, Tim. And what else?
Well, this one's an interesting one. It's a rare vintage. It's the Tim Watson celebratory Coach edition.
Wow.
It's a good cooking one. You'll be right. Have a nice spag bowl.
Time for the one and only Mixed Multi.
Here we go. Are you ready for this?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, front row seats, so saddle up, muchacho, as we play our headlong into Mixed Multi. OK, here comes the first leg. I love this. Have a look at this guy right here.
Here we go.
Yeah. like to wager that guy finds an easier way to make fruit salad.
No, they're not going to take that, but I'll tell you what, they'll take. How about you take Jason Day, who's in good form to finish top 5 Del Tech in the FedEx Cup playoffs, and we'll give you $450 for a top 5 finish.
Oh, baby, bag it up and call it ice cream. Let's go. Let's go. This is the second leg of the multi, and I'd like to wager on this horse. Let's go to the equine world. Have a look. So far, so good. Nothing untoward, and bang! I would like to wager that horse is the Toby Green of the equine world. Can I have that?
No, you can't have that. But how about you get on Real Sting to win Doomben, race 6, number 4, and we'll give you $10.
She's a bit Tim's happy state for Mick.
Hang about, it's hotting up, Tim. As we go to the Premiership leg, the third leg, and we're going to the south of France for the bullfighting. Is there a more noble sport? Methinks not. Here comes a protester onto the ground. Oh no, pitch invasion at the bullfights. What could go wrong? Bull sees said pitch invader, and no.
Oh no.
Wow. And well, I'm here, one for the Gipper. Bang. I would like to wager that the match review committee gave that bull a small fine. and nothing more.
I can report that he will protest again, that bloke. He will protest
again.
No, you can't have that, but how about you get on Rafa or Nadal to win the first set against Taro Daniel 6-2 in the US Open? We'll give you $5 for that. What do you reckon?
I'm overexcited as we speak. Here we go. Let's bring this baby home. Let's have a look at this guy.
Well, coming up after the break, we'll catch up with Demon Coach.
We got a party going on in it.
What's with the honky tonk music playing?
Shaking Stevens or someone going to the ad.
What's the bet?
What's going on with that?
I'd like to wager that you were removed from that position before the end of that ad. Can I have that?
No, they won't let you on for that.
Well, what can I have?
I'll give you Hey Doc for a place, Caulfield Race 7, number 8, and I'll give you $2.35 the place. Very consistent horse.
Okay.
You want to take it?
Give it to me right between the eyes. What's it worth?
Bang! There it is, $5.29.
Here we go, people.
Get on. Do it responsibly, of course. Go to the Sportsbet app, look for Mixed Multi under
Have a crack.
No, just do it gently and do it responsibly. We got one. You might as well stick around for last second.
Yes, would you?
Otto's going to stick around. We've got the last shout coming up after this.
Can the D's win the flag? Yes.
Absolutely, definitely can.
Yeah.
Yes. No.
Will Bucks be coaching the Pies next year? No. I highly doubt it.
No, definitely not.
Not a chance.
No.
Finals bye. Good idea or no good?
Bad idea.
Crap. No good. I'm not a big fan.
I think it's a good idea.
Good idea.
I hate it because I have nothing to watch on TV.
How many do you think I'll snag in the EJ Witten game next week?
You?
Yeah.
Oh.
So don't have to start so surprisingly, but...
6.
Easy 10. 10? 10. Hopefully 12. 14. You might get one if you're lucky.
You might struggle to touch it.
I played 3 points and a hamstring.
The pub test, fresh from the punter's mouth.
Fair chance to Hansman. Watto's going to stick around the last show, not too far away. There is some footy to watch, of course, this weekend. There is the EJ Witten game. Tomorrow night here on 7, of course, and Saturday the AFLW State of Origin game. Both, particularly the second one, is going to be genuinely contested. What can we expect from the Vicks tomorrow? Are you going to wind them up, Watto, and respect the jumper and all that sort of stuff?
Oh, absolutely. We've got a great team in again. We've pretty much kept the same team that we had last year, except for Sam, who didn't want to come back and play. But apart from him, I think we've pretty much got a full board of players.
I was about to say you were a great coach and it was a privilege to serve under you.
No, but we would have loved to have you back, but obviously you're too busy.
Oh, much like your time at St Kilda, you lost the players by half-time last year. Say though.
What do you want to say?
A little disrespectful.
I know that. I want to speak sincerely. Mick and I don't know you as well as Andy, and it's been a big privilege for you to come on the show. I know we've had to work hard to get you, but thank you so much for coming on the show.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it. You two work together and you're good mates, and you obviously shop at the same place for glasses and all that. But so I'm just saying, your boundary riding time. There's just nothing you can't do. Now we love Dipper, right? We always think Dipper. You're right there, and I enjoyed you describing the conditions, especially the wind conditions one day.
There's a blustery wind. I think it's favouring the left of screen, although I went out onto the ground at the end of the reserves game and it was blowing both ways.
It swirls.
Everyone's fine when it's plain sailing and when it's easy, but you learn a lot about a boundary rider when the conditions get a little tougher. And on this day when you were staring into what I consider to be a Category 5, you and your umbrella stood proud. I mean, how did you stay out there? How?
Where did you get that from? Where did you get the umbrella from?
I got it out of a cocktail. I was drinking. I think at the time.
He's got his notes on the back of an envelope. Did you notice there's an envelope that he's got in his? That's ridiculous.
Tim, quickly, where'd you get the umbrella?
I've got no idea, Sam. I can't remember.
Hey, it's come to that point of the night where we jump into the last shout. Over to you, Nicky.
And to do it, you've just missed Bedlam here in the Adelaide. We blew a keg and had to re-tap one. I'm not joking.
The number one tap beer in Australia too, by the way.
It was like a pit stop in here, and we managed to get it done for the last shout, which involves you tonight, Tim. You've been such a great guest, and we've had so much fun. But we wanted to leave on a moving note with you and talk. We've talked about you as a Renaissance man, as a fashion world and the wine world, but song. Is interesting, isn't it? There's an album here which I love, and it's called Footy Favourites. And it includes some top-notch numbers from some of the biggest names to ever pull on a jumper. And you pulled one out of the bag and did one of the great renditions of Ruby. Don't take your guns to town.
Love to town.
Don't take your love to town, pardon.
Have a listen.
Ruby, are you contemplating going out tonight? The shadow on the wall tells me the sun is going down.
That's better than I thought it was.
Sounds right.
Oh, Ruby.
Sing along at home.
Don't take your love to town.
Tim, for everything you've done in footy and everything you've given us, thank you very, very much. Tim Watson, our very special guest here. Good luck, all the very best tomorrow night coaching the Vicks. That'll be here on 7. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Beck Goddard for being part of the show. Thanks to this motley crew for being here tonight as well. So let's see you Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow night. Tomorrow night after the footy, we're going to do a quick show after the footy tomorrow night, and we'll see you next Wednesday before the finals start. Bye for now.